the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Dr. Mamudu Bawumia eguso ne campaign. Sanso ena John Dramani Mahama so eguso a ono so no campaign na ene Kwame Nkrumah Tikese a ono hosti ade atia bia ewo AKFM etimi efred Dennis Miracle Aboaje ena one ne etwetwe nkomo na Dennis Miracle Aboaje etre Dr. Mamudu Bawumia anisu adehunu ekwan a ono eba ofa so adwuma a obedi na ode aboa mmabunu no eno ena otre se Dr. Mamudu Bawumia vision a obo edefa mmabunu ne ho no eya ade bia esumbuye papa, especially se oba education system ni ma Dr. Mamudu Bawumia asheda ayese CCS ukwa senior high school a enya da bia na abekwa akoye book mu de e was technical schools nso edoso ne etimi etiti nipa redin sanudwuma na eno ana ohya ase oka na Kwame Nkrumah Tikese ka se ode emoso kra nka miankasa makọ edemani akwa hwebi na busuafo enya asem kotwa yenko na yenkotie
onkofem ntine yen won no obia okofem ene Ghana fo
yewra mama wakofem pa o
but I say Mahama ne kan yo me say one of the key critics of
okay all right
social media influencers see back and now all can say on anyone want say on TCS on na dream no name more day and so 24 ne ma ne Ghana for and bibia air budget Dr. Mamudu Bawumia so and I was saying say and they say offer microphone na do call street na do call market na do call ye ma me no ne papa na mo so they will tell you say ade ba ko pa e mo manage and say aban we aba ho akwanya aba ama mo so ene omo madate empo enyendu hokra kola enyendu bebi opeso dukra na otimu sakola ne date aye bright it's in school ene homa fiance mo aban and what kind of polls are being you clearly realize that it's critical in those polls. What it means or what it tells us as a campaign, they say, and the prior year education sector, Ghana ni be and Ghana for any sort. And she say, you're bomb buying and making sure that it's the panel and science quality. Now, see, the actor in the sector, and see the account, and clearly, no. You'd realize that these things reflect strongly your manifesto. In your manifesto, you realize that Dr. Mamudu Bawumia is quite emphatic when it comes to education, and the vision for education here, educational opportunities for all, equal educational opportunities for all. And that focus now by with the buy in 2017 and society. Adia bako ebetumi aboa na Ghana ni bi ote Ghana fa na bibia ebetumi nya me economic independence prekope no ebeye se ye be ma no kwan na wetumi develop the needed skills are ono so betumi dia compete in the future, and the only way to provide these skills for the Ghanaian child no is through education. And education no anya no an say dia akora na kotra class no say enche de it must be holistic and it must be relevant to the times that you find your own in. Technical vocational education training, we a sacred muson kokra ama abaye very, very modernized. You know, can say our TVET education can compete with any form of technical vocational education you can find in the world.
Uncle Dennis, me call Dr. Asamoah Kodvit.
Yeah, corporate, yeah.
Now, what the Michinify, Menene Korea government project who drawn Nipa enrollment into the Codvet program. No, I'm said the success story of Codvet. No, one came with 10% to crowd.
Baby, you can't do baby, I cry. You can't do baby, I cry.
Yeah.
And then, no, Caseon say, young Colony secondary technical school now. On one kasa, based on training and when you're not getting up to no be in the Juma without necessarily stressing so and that's a fact. Modernized training workshops, very, very modern power, are simulation centers. Sapalani auto mechanical a modern auto mechanical shop. Ye training on movie assembling plant, vehicle assembly plant, ye DB or my women. They can go in there and fit in directly. We didn't even end it there. Me no can say it's a modernized training at the moment in see. I buying a lot of these auto companies are Bawumia. Yani universities are set it up. Vehicle Assembling Training Institute. In the University of Ghana, and say what you do on a back road being a dark gamper. I connect to Kohachu now. Most of the will be home.
Yeah, very, very big one.
Yes. We are training young people who will be ready for the job market right after this training. And we are making technical education very attractive. And then TVET and enrollment, and now just about 46,000 or 42,000. It's 160,000 different enrollment. Because you're making sure, say, in addition to modernization, you be man free. Not gonna be to me. I could be last time about how I know a chair, me and Kasami experience. I was senior high school, and why I think free senior high school is one of the most impactful policies this country has ever seen. In fact, the last time I checked on my Facebook wall, and I'm almost about 200,000 views. And go and watch the comments. Senior, I did be in why I was my way more a so. A sunny, whom Yamana free at the secondary level. Now, Nsem-Pii Bonyina say, Dakro and Chekra in the very near future. Universities from level 100 to level 400. Polytechnics, level 100 to level 300, College of Education, all tertiary institutions very free. Na Ghana ni bia wo Ghana fa na bibia sikeniba ohiniba obia onni bi eba obia betumi enya opportunity na wotumi akọ school no ide we simple say oman no etumi ma wo sa akonya no na wo call basic education free na wo call secondary education free now, tertiary education free. Now, we are. That's our bra born went to me and find ye bibia. Won't to me if I blame no, I'm mobi. But there, Japan say, Yawu what we fear a bin new. And you and our can't say a honor pill. Yanko Pon, I'm with Pio safe yedim. Now, who was at Canone, a command of Pepane say, Unyaya. I can also be seen dear. Now, so that ye. Unyaya, and can also be your school. What may you be sending if you saw him? Now, a son is a woman, minibi. His son is all penny binti. School fees are which 500 cities, 1,000 cities, 1,500 Ghana cities are which no kids if ye. A to the beer, or Bimpo, which school fees in a man of what school they know. What's your man of years so school? No, a sunny singlet are only. A sunny kayas, see that's only kayas. Slippers are only. Now, Cliffy. It's Yawu Kofi Mensa, any Kodobun Sunina, our community bar. Kofi Mensa, Yano, which me a school via by a doctor. Okono Bessie, ever celebrity for Babana Kodo Mensa at the quarantine. Now, yes, Kodo Mensa. But the difference between Kofi Bonsu and Kodo Mensa is say Kofi Bonsu is CA, the papa and the mammy to be in a sketch and no time and you school. Now, Mensa dear, never nifiancy when to be on Twasso, it's in what Catana Quahono. And then the mobile in answer opportunity no be to me could be. Now, so we are near Quanina Bessia, no beer the Nida day. Abba, there is not a single policy this country has seen that is bigger and better than free senior high school. And I'm praying for a day. You bet me at once to be acquainted. It's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's point is that South Free Senior High School here reflected in every pool in Abano. He's quite convinced to say we have to upgrade it to the next level. And the next level of upgrade is then they say, I can't know my menu when I see a Muna Sanyamano, you to me, a manager and answer Chocolate. You decline a improved infrastructure. When everybody say, it's not a free senior high school in see. Number of children now echo school no oma doso. Every school are there never. In the past 8 years, government has been working hard to fill in infrastructural gap, but we still have more work to do. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising that upgrade. Say we'll finish this infrastructure expansion under his presidency, and is committed to it. Second one, feeding. You agree with me? Say as I speak to you, of course, secondary school there will come two challenges. It will be infrastructure and feeding. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is committed and is clearly outlined ways that he would ensure, say, the feeding for these children for senior high schools, will be top notch. It will be upgraded to ensure, say, upgrading making sure, say, colony feeding, a bit years and you see, and see it will be success. We would be a shining example for hundreds of countries across the world in terms of creating equal opportunities for all in education. There are very few countries in this world that say, educational system. It's a senior Ghana teacher say, "Akwala sorry no pa." We hear also we find the bag. Now, wako akwakosia there, and that is one of the things that is showing up in almost every poll in Aba, including their Eba last week and our Kanwasemi, and we are looking at improving that aspect. There are other key issues like youth unemployment. It's critical. In fact, youth unemployment remains one of the top things on the mind of every Ghanaian. Say, making sure say, in Yuma Beba, now millions of Ghanaians are still home paying you. Way has created over 2.3 million jobs. And yet, we still have millions of young Ghanaians are pay and Yuma. And to see a Krampo senior, it's even going to be more critical because the more skilled citizens you produce, the more jobs you have to create. In Tenei will be able to they say we are going to have a lot more skilled and ready to work young people in our society than we had in the past. And into Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I promise it specific interventions or the better to create jobs. One which is very critical is the 1 million young people he promises to train in digital skills. And then India, there are millions of young Indians but our companies are not our employers, any India. Jumama companies are US, companies are Europe, any other countries in Asia, simply because of the digital foundation India for a creation, and that is something that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is committed to. After all, he has championed and led this digital drive for this country rigorously in the last 8 years, and all we are going to do is to upgrade digital efforts now, by ensuring, say, having put in all the systems and structures in place, now we move towards training our young people in these digital skills so they can fill in the jobs available and jobs outside the country. The promise is for 1 million young people. He's also spoken about SME banker, OBP, and small and medium enterprises. And there's a reason. Ghana has 90% of businesses in this country SMEs. 90% of businesses in the companies are Ghana small and medium enterprises. That's a fact. Now, of the employed population in that space, 80% of them are employed under SMEs. What it means basically is that if we're able to build our SMEs for them to grow and expand, absorb a lot of the unemployed in our country. And so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's plan is simple. He's setting up an SME bank that is exclusively dedicated towards providing needed financial support, capital injections for our SMEs in the country. ADB, we also a banker and SMEs to make sure that all our small and medium enterprises are able to perform, expand, produce more, and employ more. Now, on one other strategy, the other strategy is that whilst these SMEs are being provided with the needed funding, no more, no more expanding. Some produce here, we must be able to get the needed demand to buy and I say to procure and purchase Yamano producer. And he is introducing the holistic credit scoring system. Now, what the credit scoring system, and they say, senior, when you say cash and carry to say cash and carry Ghana Hano. And then Ghana ha, ope car, just a 1 bob was again. as a way to me a car dealership to Aquacotoka. Open Kunya crowd with the more, just a web was scanning in Ano, as Aquatonkunya. The Bia Cass and Carry. In Tiabrabona Ebono. Own to me, now near my wing now and live comfortable life at a good da. And Bia, or deficit, baby. And Bia, no, you say, what was the can your cat and Aquacoton, the open also. And it's simply because a Brazilian, Omode, a Bossiabo, and I defend credit system. And edit now. And say, Sabia, Wako hiding, and our penny ama, SCC would de moi. Fesican Coton Cunya, and Fesican Coton TV, and Fesican Cotompa all at a go. The Arian say, Oko no Coton Cunyano on credit, and Pa on credit, TV on credit, fridge on credit. Bosumi Bia, with Juma William. See it out 20,000 Ghana cities, and now they sell 1,000 Ghana cities. With the move 50 cities. Ebitia and Konyana Uchi and Eka. Would you move 50, 8 Pano, would you move 50, 8 fridge, you know, that they can order a combo for the month. In Kakranka, in fact, Utia can do baby, now they now Koto, you know, the Fufraba, Utumidi, the one call, now they are Kosa, now Gusuchi and Kakaka. What this does is that a maximum mufono or more cost of living, a coffin, a sansuma energy eba, a sansuma improvement in the lives of the people eba. Na ne kesiya kura ne say so we put this animal way in place ema o citizens a obiye to menya bito na omo to no na say companies no so be producing more say na be able to meet demand na eba no companies no producing more no na they would need a lot more hands to be able to produce it. They will employ more to absorb the young people in the communities. So I can go on and on and on and on, and the point I'm making is that the polling is critical for us, not just because after 7-8, it's become obvious that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has improved bigly from where we were in November last year to the point where we're moving from trailing Mahama to actually overtaking Mahama and leading in this post. That is the reality on the ground. The hearing is here. The hearing is saying, in the next 70 days or so, Aka is say Tuabano. And Yama Ben Nagana for a year says a year. And what Jude was saying within 60 days practically. That the young to be real within the next 60 days, you know, what is the assurance? What is the strategy? What is the proposal? And how are we communicating it to the Ghanaian voter to believe, say, the future of this country is at stake, and the person we can trust to lead this country into the future. No one making sure say the day I come as no, you bet me a year as on mine and the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Senior, you to me sign quietly. You to me come be an and no. What we need to do, just as every civil society does and every civil country does, and they say, they are yet to me a no, yam bon buying. Not the into me upgrade and queen, not the into me a no, yam boy and one. The intermediate going into the future.
Now, Monsieur say, so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and some are all country. If one say me ba may say promises I would do all ye no. Nipana and buy into the organ. Monsieur Bibisa.
You know, I can't know. And Anna, ye did say Ghana for Kotuaba, NDC for Bedada, 1992 or yes, okay. The matches the closing, Nakotoma Brunino. And then, Yamibri Asasa. And Untina, as we speak, every day, as the days go by, are pulling every Benino, who say, or to sign, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, equanim. Because you see, like I said, before Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it take you off a status year campaign, we know. Look, there have been challenges, especially from 2020, but most